What's up, guys? Back again with another weekly analysis. Um, we're going to be looking at the usual as is DXY, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and Bitcoin. So, kind of what we're seeing right now is I just want to actually just zoom out a little bit. We went to the 3 months. So, as you guys are seeing right now, we're all within this channel right here. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. We're looking at a bigger time frame now because I just want to give you guys a really proper perspective of what I am seeing on the higher time frame doing kind of like a top down analysis as I always do in majority of the videos. So now in the 3 months, creating higher highs and higher lows within the channel. I am as we are seeing it, it is looking bullish because we are kind of like testing this support level within the channel, pushing higher. But now, problem is that we have kind of like failed to break. Actually need to extend this level here and actually make it within the zone. We failed to break above the zone right here. We keep tapping in and then probably just wicking just like above the zone and then dropping again. So it is a little tricky because I'm not sure it's putting me at a really indecisive point of deciding if the dollar will kind of drop and we see a weaker dollar, or we could possibly break above the zone, or maybe just kind of like range within this level. So I have to wait and see. Obviously, this is a monthly candlestick, so it is probably going to take a couple of few other candlesticks to actually like kind of break through. But I think fundamentals are going to be kind of like a big driver, as is in showing any indication of a drop. But also on the lower time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are seeing that we are within this level right here, and we're just like bouncing on. But I know I have a lot of lines, well, a lot of levels that are placed within the zone. But they are there for a reason to actually just see where prices actually retracing off of certain levels. And if we're going to maybe kind of like break through um, the support level or could possibly push a little higher. Now, yeah, I think I am going to be just watching DXY for now. I did expect maybe like a push creating a higher high and higher low. Um, but it seems as if we create just like an M pattern right here. So we'll be waiting and see now on how that plays about as I think DXY we just need to give it a little bit of time, even though it is one of the leading indicators in kind of assessing and seeing how the markets are going to be performing. Now, I didn't upload a video last week due to the fact that I was handling other business, but I took a few trades, I think, with Nasdaq. These were two trades. I think in the previous video that I did upload, I was actually showing as is that we're going to creating high lower lows and lower highs, and I managed to catch all these sweet moves pushing to the downside, which is really great. I think the only time that things really kind of went south was I think first week of August, where things were a little tricky. So yeah, I think with I think there was a little bit of a change in character where as is that price came through, retested, and then Crown created like a head and shoulders pattern, as you guys can see, and then pushed to the upside. So now within this level that we are at, we could maybe possibly expect maybe just a retracement because when I do zoom out onto the monthly, let's just do this. I was I was expecting now that this monthly candlestick is actually closed bearish. We'll have to kind of just wait and see how this candlestick is going to actually perform. Now, as we do the top-down analysis, this is weekly. We are seeing things are looking a lot much more bullish. When we zoom into daily, we see prices kind of like broken above this support level right here. So we're gonna have to just wait and see how this plays out. Obviously, this is also a very strong resistant level. It's a really strong resistant level, as you guys can see. It has been a lot of rejection and retracements and creating resistance and support around that zone. So you have to just wait and see how this plays out. I'm not 100% confident as is in any positions right now, as is also because of the fact that um I'm seeing kind of like a bearish pattern form on the bigger time frame. So this will have to kind of just present itself as is, and we'll have to wait and see based on fundamentals on how things actually play out for this week. So I think no trades are going to be placed this week, moving forward. Now, US30. US30 has also been a bit of a tricky one, but it's been like really supporting structure very well. Just catching it has been a bit of uh, a strain for me because, as you guys can see, this is a really strong. Zoom around to weekly. Monthly, okay, monthly is obviously bullish, but weekly you can be able to see kind of things, everything properly. So as you guys can see, we are continuing this kind of bullish run. For those of you that know, you will know as seeing why I'm saying that on the weekly time frame. On the daily, as is, there was kind of like a channel that formed within the zone and then pushed to the upside and then rejected the support level. I don't know why I sold here because I was really expecting it to be just um, like retrace off of this zone right here and then drop a little slightly, then shoot to the upside. But yeah, I think this candlestick here on the 4 hour kind of just like dropped a bit and then shot up like crazy. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I think that was the one loss that I caught. Did I take this trade on 30th of July? Um, so we are going to be looking at other positions. I think with US30, it's looking a little more structured in the sense of seeing that we could possibly be maybe expecting a higher yeah, higher high, but there might be a slight pullback at this one here. This resistant level right here. Zoom into 4 hour. At this level right here. I want to actually see something. Yeah, yeah. So likely chances that we are going to be expect a slight pull back to this one right here, and then a push to the upside. So as you guys can see, on 100 we do zoom in onto a smaller time frame. We are kind of like expecting, well, this is a slightly drop because this is kind of creating a triangular pattern dropping below. So could possibly be a good indication to actually sell. I will wait. I don't like selling US30 as you did see previously. I did sell it, so I'm gonna have to wait and see, then wait for it to actually come and retest off of this zone here, which is 53K, and then maybe we can catch a little bit of upwards momentum pushing higher. But I think for now, we'll just be waiting and seeing how that plays out. And Bitcoin as well too. Bitcoin was just on its own tip. I took one trade, which was this kind of just like took me out completely. And this was during New York session. I usually take my trades during New York session because I know very well the volatility is either gonna give me a solid direction in where I need it to go, or I will catch maybe an L. at that point in time. But it is what it is. I enjoy catching moves around during your New York session because of volatility, and I actually always plays out within my strategy. So yeah, Coral around this level right here. I think this was on the 4th or the 5th of August. And it seems as if Bitcoin is now dropping now because it's kind of like ranging within and retesting this support level right here. If we do zoom in or out on a bigger time frame on the monthly, you guys can see as is. Let me just actually remove all of this because it is. So as you guys can see on the monthly, this candlestick here has now formed. So I just have to wait and see how things are. I think we could possibly be bearish, but not now. But you can see there's been a lot of weak rejections that have been rejecting this. So yeah, around 66K. So yeah, could may possibly expect a drop pushing below that level. Hopefully. But yeah, let's move on to the fundamentals. Last week was NFP. Let's just go back a little bit. So NFP, wow, NFP came out weaker, minus 23K. That is bad. Um, Average earning hours kind of dropped. I think the unemployment rate increased. This is terrible. Yeah, terrible. Terrible. That is terrible data. So yeah, this could this could be a little bad for USD. Could be really bad for the dollar. So, and as we're seeing it with CPI, because CPI is looking a lot much higher than 0.2 from 0.0 previously from 0.2, which we're expecting. So things could be looking a little bad for CPI as well too, guys. Yeah, the US data is looking quite terrible as of late. But I think the only thing that's really been like pushing momentum and boosting the the indices and stock markets because of the good reports on the companies, uh, the Max 7 companies. So Tesla, Apple, um, those have been reporting really good numbers, and I think Microsoft as well too. So those have been actually like pushing the momentum much more higher in price, shooting, creating higher highs and higher. So things have been good on terms of stocks. Um, Indices, let me just say for US30 and US100, but I think overall we are going to be seeing uh, weaker data for USD from what I'm from what I'm predicting and seeing fundamentally. So, but yeah, um, that is my take on what I'm seeing currently now with the markets. I think just be on the lookout. Um, excuse me. See on how things are playing about. Watching movements. I'm just going to be watching and just seeing on how things play out. I will be taking no trades whatsoever this week because I don't see many opportunities unless for US30 something does play about. But yeah, I think that is my cue to actually sign out. Hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you have any feedback as is that could be well of good use and engagement as well too. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.